Okay guys, so just got my first lesson in OBS. Just recorded for my second video about 10 minutes worth of footage and only captured about 2 minutes and 40 seconds because I set my notebook on my keyboard and it turns out spacebar stops filming. So we're gonna roll this back and I'm gonna try to pick it up where my last one ended, and I may even splice this part out. We'll see, but I kind of think there's some humor in screwing up, whether it's annoying or not. But yeah, so been working on the channel name. I think the one I'm going to be going with is going to be Stop, Think, Act. It's a little preachy. I don't want it to sound like a movement, but I really like it because it's a principle I apply to my daily life with ADHD. If somebody has ADHD, they'll definitely understand the impulsiveness of life. And I had the tendency to more so react than think about what I'm getting ready to do. So whenever I go to work and I'm thinking about saying something or doing something, especially like writing an email, I'll kind of mentally tell myself, stop, think about it. Now you can act if you have reviewed and approved your own thoughts. So I don't always apply it properly, but when I do, it seems to be worth it. I think that's my number one runner for the channel name. You guys will probably know before I do with this video because it'll be at the front of this video. I think that's what I'm gonna go with though. I have a couple other ones I like. I got 2 or 3 others that are in the running. Problem is, every time I take a shower, I'll come up with 2 or 3, and I usually want to keep one of them. So we'll see. I got about 20, 30 of them on a page right now. So yeah. Hopefully I figure that out soon, because I don't think I'm gonna be posting anything if I don't have a video name or a channel name. But picking up kind of where I left off, gonna stick with that name. There's a lot of things I want to work on with the channel, especially when it comes to the audio, the lighting, and then the efficiency of getting set up. So right now, one of the things I really find frustrating is I want to constantly tweak the lighting or the audio. I'm like, right now I can't stand this bare wall, especially on this side where it's gray. So I think I'm going to start just sitting down, filming it raw, take this kind of fresh footage as it is right now, keeping whatever I can, and then letting the first few videos of this channel be kind of cringy. It sucks to be me to do that, but I think it'll be beneficial long term. It'll really give me a reference point later down the road. And I like that. I think when somebody's starting something like this, especially me, I like to see people's failures and flaws when they start, because it kind of helps me think about like, okay, I'm not the only one that's having this kind of hesitancy or anxiety around making this content and being stared at. So I think I'm going to leave a lot of that. I'm going to capture as much improvement as I can in my thoughts around improvement. So right now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the way this wall is lit, but this side isn't, and I really don't like having just a blank wall here. I would like to take these pictures here. I got 3 of them, and I actually had these around since the last time I started to make a channel, and kind of stalled out due to just life winning. But I'm not gonna let that happen this time, and for better or worse, I'm gonna post crappy content or great content, but I'm gonna put something out. So goal is 2 to 3 videos a week. I'm hoping I can hold to that once I start the editing process. That was what really hung me up last time, was just I'm not good at editing. I don't have that attention to detail with sitting through a video. I space out. My wife's very good at it, and I'm hoping the 2 of us will be able to find some weekly time where we sit down together in the beginning and she can kind of help me out. She's a photographer and is used to editing photos, but the video part's very different. I have a few other things I'm working right now. I'm really hoping video 3 will have a kind of, I'm thinking more like a leapfrog video of the improvements that I'm talking about today. We'll have a lot of that in here. So one example, I got a boom arm for the mic. Right now it's not installed, but it came in this week. I ordered a second RGB light that I have like right here. So when that comes in, I'll be able to match the lighting on both sides. I think it'll create a more even picture. And then I'm going to mount these pictures here. I was thinking of putting them here, but I've noticed on this side, you see the pictures a little better. And then I tend to shift my chair over when I'm not trying to talk to that corner. So this wall will have more of a display. And then I'll probably find something to put in this corner here. But I don't want to overthink it to a point that I stall out and don't make videos. So my logic right now is I'm writing a ton of notes. The most important thing in my opinion is going to be creating some form of video creation structure. So a format that I'm going to apply to all my videos, especially in the beginning. Now that will get refined as I figure that process out, but I'm thinking the reason I like this title so much is I can structure my videos around the actual title. So the first, let's say 2 to 3 minutes will be the thinking part. What's the problem? What are some possible solutions? Or the stop part, I guess. Stop, figure out what the problem is. And then the second part will be thinking about the solutions, breaking down what things we can do to improve. And then the last final part will likely show or reflect what I've applied for that video. So I think in this one, I'm going to take some screenshots or snapshots with my wife's camera of my current studio setup. And then as I make the improvements, you'll see those going into the next video. So we can start a video on a high note of, hey, these are the improvements we've made. And then we'll stop. We'll say, all right, where do we need to go from here? What is the next issue? What do we need to make that next 1% improvement for the following video? And then we'll follow that format again. So it'll start it out. We review what we accomplished last time, what it looks like now, what are our new problems, how are we going to approach that, and then we're going to act on it, whether it be me recording me doing research for new components like the new RGB light. I'm actually going to steal my wife's softbox probably in the next video to try to improve some of the facial lighting. Right now I'm really frustrated with if I lean back and get comfortable while I'm talking, which helps me to produce a better audio content, it seems to suffer on my image. So like right now I see that I'm really shadowed, where if I come forward, I can get a nice facial lighting, which is only able to be produced by putting a very white background around OBS to illuminate my face, because I don't have a good light. The window is too much. It illuminates my entire back wall. And then the bulbs I have for my lamp and for my overhead turn everything yellow, as well as get rid of the RGB lighting in the background. So I think how I'm going to approach this is either going to be a softbox, or something I was thinking about is if I get a dual mounted arm for my monitors, I can put 2 monitors up, put my GoPro in the middle or camera in the middle, whichever I'm using, and then I'll have 2 monitors lighting my face, which will allow me to still keep OBS in a lighter, smaller window. It'll allow me to have a window for doing searching, but it'll also give me two spots of very soft lighting to both sides of my face to prevent shadowing, and I don't think it'll be too harsh. The only worry I have is if one light puts off a different color, especially with the brightness levels, or a stronger brightness, I might end up having just completely different colored sides of my face. So we'll figure that out. One of the other things I need to really approach is somewhere to put my notes. Right now I have a notebook that is just, it's too hard while I'm talking to the camera to look at it fluently. So I think that would be an alternative benefit to dual monitors, is I could put notes up right next to the camera. So even when I look at my notes, I could be looking right here versus this. And that'll keep me from doing that all the time, looking at OBS, trying to figure out how I want to get to the next section of the video. I think I've covered most of what I wanted. I lost a lot in this first bungling of my recording by accidentally dropping my notebook on the space bar. So I'm sure I'm going to walk away from this and remember some things, or I'll be watching it. So I might just splice in some extra content to piecemeal everything I wanted to get together. Otherwise, I'll capture it in the third video. But I think I'm happy with the way this is coming along. Really surprised my confidence level today versus the other day. I was struggling. It took me about 3 hours just to get started last time. Today, it took me about 30 minutes. I had a doctor's appointment on the ride home. I watched some Think Media videos to kind of help get the confidence boost up, as well as have a better idea of how I wanted to approach the channel. And when I started, I just noticed my mental health around this was much better. So when I sat down, it was, as long as I could get this thing going, hit play, I noticed after about 20-30 seconds, I really don't have any anxiety. I'm starting to feel more like I'm talking to a person, which is nice and very relieving. I'm curious to see if this applies next time, or if this is going to be something that is always a struggle. So, I don't know. I'm very confident today. This was a big boost to me thinking this is realistic to fit into my schedule. Which really brings me to my next subject of I need to figure out how to make this efficient to start, to video, and then once I get the editing started, I have to all work this into my normal schedule. Right now, I have a little looser schedule than I normally do, which is part of why I'm starting this, but usually I wake up, let's say 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I work till 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon from my 9 to 5. And then I usually come home, swap with my wife with the kids. She goes and does photography shoots. I watch the kids cook dinner, or she'll cook dinner if I'm home late from my job. And then around 7:30, 8 o'clock is usually when I'm sitting down to make these videos. Today I'm kind of lucky, it's my Friday off, so I'm making this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm thinking that might have a role to play with my energy levels today, as well as my confidence. It's not just being at the end of the day of being just beaten down from everything I've worked on. So I'm definitely going to write some notes about my mental health at each video, the time I make the videos, and I'm curious to see if the evening videos don't come out remotely as good as my daytime videos. And if that is the case, what I might try to do is start working on my recordings at lunchtime when I'm teleworking instead of eating lunch, because I usually don't eat lunch anyway. So if I start taking that hour again, I can take an hour to record, and then in the evening when I'm tired, I don't necessarily have to see myself on camera. I just need to do the editing. I need to do the work part of it. And I really think that might end up being the way I go with this. Obviously there'll be days I can't take that time during the day to shoot. So what I want to avoid is setting myself a time that ends up not being fulfillable regularly, and then not creating content because I no longer have the confidence to do it in the evening when I'm tired. So we'll see. Like I said, confidence levels all-time high right now of all the times I've tried to make these videos, and I think I'm excited for video number 3. Hopefully I can get some of that started this weekend. I'm going to try to get this arm up. If that light comes in, I'm going to apply the second RGB light, and I'm going to try to add a softbox to illuminate my face, so when I'm back farther, I can actually get a more even lighting, such as like this, with a little less shadow. Yeah, so that'll be video number 3, and then I think video number 4, I might do some footage of actually either doing the editing, specific to the editing, or doing a video where I'm working on my intros, my logo, and then splicing that in and trying to figure that out. And probably my synopsis on what video editing software I'm going to go with, because that I haven't even looked at. I'm trying not to be overwhelmed by all the things I need to figure out. So I'm trying to take an action a day. So if I had something I wanted to work on, like last night, I didn't have time to do a video, but I was already on Placeit And I just said, you know what, I need to do something towards the channel. So I worked on the logo, and then I actually kind of threw a quick splice together for an intro, and I might try to slap that in. I think what I'll do is I'll throw that in around here, and then that way I'll get a little bit of mid-video editing in, and then you guys can actually see this is what I've come up with. I got a little like saying I put into it I'm not real confident on yet, but it's definitely getting refined, and I think we'll see some improvements. So depending on how well the editing goes, I'll try to splice some things into this video. Otherwise, the next video, I think I'll start trying to pinch this stuff in, just depending on how time consuming it is. I think that's really going to be the key here. And then as we get a full understanding of the total process, I'll be able to really put in a schedule of how many videos I can realistically get through in a week. I really want to do 3 a week. I think that's going to be a little hard to hit, especially in the beginning. So this may turn into 1 to 2 a week, and then work our way up. I think that'll help prevent burnout, as well as improve the quality, especially in the beginning, so that I'm not rushing to just shove something out into everybody's face. Because the goal of this is to make quality content that I want to be proud of what I make. I don't want to just have this forever, where I just sat down, threw up word vomit at everybody, and then was like, that was great. This was good. This was good. My ego has been satisfied. So, yeah, we'll see. But I appreciate everybody for watching, listening to me ramble. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, we can actually start making content that's more educational or less about my stumblings of creating a channel. If you don't hear right now, you are going to hear kids in the backgrounds of my videos. It's just a limitation of my setup and my lifestyle. So, till the next one, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you.